how the takeout sushi comes. How cool is that? I know it's only a box, but I've just not seen anybody do that before. So cute.
Not to be as direct, meaning Queen of Swords and the Ten of Swords, we carry our baggage, right? But we don't have to show the baggage. Let it be like, okay, we're not checking that in today.
Okay.
Because the person's intention is really to get to know, which is good. The Six of Wands and the Ace of Cups, it's totally new. Never met this person, love the energy.
This might be related. I haven't met him, but I did go on a dating app. He's been trying to meet up with me for 3 weeks, but I just haven't felt the urge. I'm due to see him on Thursday. He wants to meet me at 11 a.m. for tea. What a weird date. That's weird.
11 a.m.
11 a.m. I'm still half asleep. That's when I have my second coffee.
But isn't that okay? So if my question is, if you're dating and you've gone through dates, and probably it's dinner, 7, 8 o'clock. How did that pan out? And how come you're not experiencing Mr. 11 a.m.? Because chances are 11 a.m. is a person who's not the night people. That doesn't work out.
Yeah, but is that the one you're saying I shouldn't be myself around?
Let's see. What's this person's intention? Serious. Ace of Pentacles. So their intention is to have a serious conversation, which means get to know you. This is a new person also. So if you give this person a chance, it's called a God-given opportunity. They're looking for something, which explains 11 a.m. Let's be in our coffee mind and not in our wine mind. But this one is more engaging and grounding. They like this card when it's about dating, because it starts serious. It doesn't start as like, let's just have fun. We're just chilling, nothing like that. So this person means they want normally engagement ring is Ace of Pentacles, but we don't want to jump there, okay? But that's Ace of Pentacles.
Right, you do speak a lot of sense, because I was negatively thinking 11 a.m. I was actually considering cancelling. After what you've just said, that is so true. That I should really be happy to go on a date at 11 a.m. because it means he's not trying to get me drunk and blah, blah, blah. I do have another date on Tuesday night, but he seems like a red flag already without you even telling me. But
yeah, no strings attached with that one. 7 of Wands with the full card. They just want no strings attached.
Is that the Tuesday night date?
The other one. Yeah.
I guessed that by his messages.
The 7 of Wands with the full card. I don't want to take no responsibility, and my limit is like the person doesn't want you in their space. Mm-hmm. So they're just more of like like no strings attached. Let's just have fun. So that's another person.
Okay.
2 of Pentacles. Oh, okay. Someone wants a serious relationship. So this person, chances are, if they're doing the 11 o'clock, they have places to be. Like just what your first card is was the 2 of Pentacles. So busy. They're consistently coming in as a 6 of Wands, because earlier was 6 of Wands also in the other deck. They're successful. The person is successful. They're known for a certain thing that they do, which is good again, 6 of Wands. Knight of Cups with the Hierophant. They're only engaging into date someone or talk to someone if there's a potential for a union, like church, marriage, relationship, partnership, long term.
Okay.
That's how they see relationship. But the Knight of Cups, though, is quite charming. The Knight of Cups has, they're sensitive and they are hopeless romantic. There you go. That's a Knight of Cups.
We are on a little hot girl walk, me and Maddie. She's been walking faster than me today. She left me in the dust. It's really hot. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's got to be in the 30s. Really hot. Anyway, we're walking to the Beverly Connection because I was watching a TikTok. I don't go on there much, but every time I go on there I find myself buying stuff and wanting stuff, annoyingly. So Mans really wants to be in my vlog. So we're going to go to Target because there's some stuff that I want to look for in there, and I just love it in there. We're heading there in the heat. We're not far, we're about halfway now. I literally just got stopped on the street by this woman, and she said she's got a dating agency and am I single, and at first I was a bit scared because I'm scared of everyone, don't trust anyone. Then she like whipped out her phone and started showing us men. She was trying to convince me to go out with this guy, but she showed me a picture of him and I was a bit like, I know you shouldn't judge by pictures, but he was completely bald and I just don't know if I can deal with that. I gave her my number. She's got a matchmaking agency. So she said she's gonna, there's a little robot coming. That robot's going a little bit fast. Look, mad. It looks like he's gonna take someone out, mate. Hi. Coco. Hold on a minute. We're alright, we survived the little nutty robot. We'll see what comes of it and I will update you, and I'm going to show you, if I don't film in there, then I'll show you what we get when we get home. Yeah, Mads?
Yeah.
Say hi, Mads.
Hi.
One of the biggest stresses is getting across these roads. Oh, they're so big and stressful, and then you can see the seconds counting down to get across. Almost there. I have to put my cap on because it is so hot that my head starts literally burning and I have to walk around with my hand on my head. But then it just messes up your hair. Not that my hair was particularly neat, but you know what I mean. Bag here of bits and bobs. I've only kept like the producty kind of stuff aside for you because obviously I did buy snacks, you know, I bought snacks and food. Anyway, I did run into CVS and I grabbed like 2 things from there, and then everything else is from Target. And I thought I'd show you. I picked up one of these foam sponges from CVS because in England I've got an obsession with the ones from Home Bargains. They're like, I think they're like £1 and they're in like the traditional kind of shape that these come in, but I just really enjoy using those in the shower, and annoyingly I forgot to bring them, and I've got about 10 in my bathroom cupboard, so that was really annoying. But anyway, I just grabbed that from CVS, and then I got this as well because I haven't got anything to really help exfoliate my tan. I don't really like the mitts anymore. I tend to just use my sponge at home, but this feels like soft. So I also got this which feels quite rough, so I thought that might help. So they're the 2 CVS bits. Target, I did get these. They're so light, like they literally weigh nothing. When I was at the pool, which you would have seen in my last vlog, the floor was so hot. I think I actually scalded the soles of my feet. I did buy a pair of flip-flops, but I've only got a pair in black. I stupidly come here with no foot attire for the day or for like pool beach vibes. So I picked these up in Target. They're super light and soft, really foamy. They were quite dear though. They were $20 before tax, and they're like very Primarky, but we move. And that was that. Maddie come running up to me at Target. She found Percy Pigs in there from Marks and Spencer's. Very random, but I hope this means that they're going to start adding more Marks and Spencer's goodies, because I must say I really miss Marks and Spencer's. You can take the girl out of England, but not the Markses. Picked up a tiny little deodorant. How cute is it? From mini section. This one says it's aluminium free. I do try and use the organic ones. I've got the organic ones, but I feel like they don't work. And with it being so hot here, I do need a little bit of deodorant. I tend to not wear deodorant unless I have to, and that's something that I've drummed into all my friends and Maddie especially. I don't like the thought of deodorant, but when it's a hot day and you've got an event or something where you just cannot have any smell, thought I'd stick that in my little tiny handbag that I shared with you a few vlogs ago. This, I've seen so many people talking about this. Decay, I think you pronounce it, it's N-E-K-I, professional hair care, styling spray, diamond glass. Everyone's going on about this on TikTok, I've seen, and I think I might have seen it on Instagram as well, but it says instantly silky smooth texture with incredible shine and heat protection up to 400 Fahrenheit. Right, well, we're going to try that in a minute because a lot of you have asked to see the Shark tool that I bought. I think it's called the Shark Multi-Flex. I can't remember now because I've thrown the box away, but it's their latest one out that comes with all the different attachments. I'm going to share my thoughts on that and my comparison to my Dyson that I have in England. I'm going to do that in a sec, and we're going to give this a go. To get a great big jumbo, got to be, it's the only hairspray that I like. I did come with a mini, but it ran out. It ran out on the night that me and Maddie were getting ready to go to the event when I needed it the most. So I got a supersized one. This will last me a while. I don't use hairspray every day, but if I'm doing a sleek look or if I've just blow dried my hair, I always set it with this and then I brush it out, like maybe just before I go out. This brand is everywhere. If you haven't seen it yet, it's, I don't know if you pronounce it EOS or if it's just EOC, Evolution of Smooth. I didn't get the shower gel because Maddie picked our shower gel this week and she really liked this scent in another brand, and that's in the shower. But I thought I would pick up this body oil because I do like a body oil, and I already had a big Nivea moisturiser, so I didn't need any moisturiser. It says 24-hour moisture, plant-based, vanilla cashmere is the scent. Okay, it just smells like synthetic-y kind of smell, but there's a huge hype on this brand, so I wanted to try something at least. And then the last two things that I picked up these. I thought that was cute how they've packaged them, you know, the little snag hairbands. I always need these and I managed to come here without it. So there's 3 different colours. Maddie likes these for her hair too. And then the cutest little thing, my favourite plastic whipped SPF 30 in a mini. Love it. Didn't need it, but I wanted it. And I just thought these could go in my little handbag that I'm obsessed with that fits everything in, so that I've got them. So that's what I picked up there. We're going to try this out. I should have tried this out today. I forgot about it. Never mind. So this says towel dried hair, not wet hair. I mean, I don't know what you would class as that because it is kind of wet. Anyway, let's just do it. So it says towel dried hair, do it in sections, spray generously and evenly over towel dried hair. Blow out each section using heat and tension. Okay, let's give it a go then. It's quite a light mist. I always get scared when I'm using a new product because if it messes it up, it's so long after you've styled it and then you've got to wash it again, but I've gone right in with that. So that's that. I have already gone in with my Augustina Bada hair serum on the scalp. And what else did I go in with? I feel like that's gone right in, I've breathed that in, that stuff. K18 Biometric Hair Science. This is the repair hair mask that you put on and you have to leave it for 4 minutes. This is nearly run out, but I love this stuff and I use it on Maddie as well. The Shark. Lots of people wanted to know my opinion on this. Now, there are some differences between this and the Dyson. The main one is the wand for the Airwrap. This one comes with 2 separate ones, one for the right, one for the left. It's a little bit annoying because you forget and you have to physically remove it to do the other side. And I do my hair in 3 sections and go side to side. So that took a little bit of getting used to, having to only do this side and then do that side. It also comes with, let me show you actually, because I've got the little attachments here. So this is what I was talking about. They're the Airwraps. They're not that long, but they do my hair. And I've noticed that this does hold better than the Dyson, but I'm not sure whether it's as healthy as the Dyson because I've noticed that my hair's left feeling a little bit dry, but it is good. And the flicks and the curls, they do last longer than my Dyson, so I will give it that. But are you up for changing it over every time you want to do each side of your hair? That's what you've got to decide. So it comes with 2 of those, and then it comes with this attachment. Maddie uses this all the time. I hate it. It's really annoying to remove. You clip it on like this, and there's a little release button there, but in order to release it you have to twist it, and when it's hot it's really annoying. So like if Maddie's just used it and then I want to use it, you have to try and get your finger in there. This is all really hot, so you're trying to not touch it and then twist it. I feel like the way they've made that is not convenient. Basically blows out hot hair, and it's to straighten it. I don't like this. It blows your hair everywhere. It's really annoying. I haven't tried the Dyson version of this because that comes as like its own entity, I guess. It's not an attachment, I don't think, with that one, and I don't have this attachment either, so don't like that. I haven't used this, but this is for when you want to do a really sleek blow dryer and really concentrate the heat. I don't wear my hair sleek, so I haven't used that. And then the other attachment, sorry about all the hair in this is the blow brush, and it's got this on the side here. Don't really get it. I think going through that is meant to smooth it. Blow dry brush, I have used this on Maddie's hair, I haven't used it on mine. It's quite heavy, so the only thing I actually do use this for is the Airwrap and the blow dryer. Now, what I will say is there's quite a difference in price between this and the Dyson, and I think that the actual blow dryer part on the Shark is better. You go like this, where is it now? So yeah, you twist it round like that and it turns into a really neat small blow dryer, but this is really powerful. I actually think that it dries my hair quicker than the Dyson. So the blow dryer part and these definitely work extremely well. Just a bit annoying that you have to keep switching them over. I would recommend this just because the price difference. The Dyson I think is around 600 and this is around 400, so it is quite a jump, but I do like both of them, and I feel like if you haven't owned the Dyson then you wouldn't know any different, so you wouldn't even care because you just get into the habit of using this one. But if you own that and then you get this, it's a little bit annoying because you have these differences. But that's my update. I'm gonna turn the audio off and do my hair, share some of that with you so that you can see how I use it. So I just start by rough drying my hair like you would use any blow dryer. I normally spend about 10 minutes doing this to get it almost dry because this tool's really good with wet hair. I've rough dried it. It doesn't have to be completely dry with any of the attachments because I think the whole point of it is that you can do it wet to dry, and it even has that option on here where you can choose whether your hair is wet or if it's dry. I'm going to go in with this now. When I want my hair to be big and full, I use this colour well. This is just a mini, so I was trying to travel light, but I do have the big one at home. So as you can see, it is dry. It does look like it's got quite a nice shine. I don't know whether that's just my hair or if it is that product that I just tried, but it does look kind of shiny. Anyway, so I just drench this top portion of my hair, especially the back. This is just going to make the hair a little bit gritty and help it hold. I normally do this 2 or 3 times when I'm drying my hair. I'll dry it again and then I'll do it again until it feels gritty, like it's going to hold. Otherwise it just goes so flat. And then I'll do it again. Kind of massage it in and you'll start to feel the like sticky kind of grit come through. This is called Raise the Root, by the way, and a hairdresser taught me how to use it like that, so I've done it ever since. You can do it with a lot of them kind of root raising products, but it does really help to get like a bit of a lift in the root and also to hold your style. Normally what I do is I just roughly section my hair off. I'm in a temporary apartment at the moment, so I don't have like a proper setup. Luckily there was this desk here and a little table that I took from the bathroom, so I have figured out a little beauty station, but things are just still all in their bags obviously, and I don't have my normal setup, so I'm a little bit like this. Put this back into this position and then you just click the top in like that. Although it says right and left on there, I've never really understood my right and left. It's so weird. So lower for left and raise for right, isn't it? Or something like that. Anyway, I just work out from which way it blows. So I'm going to put it on. So it goes like, start here. Yeah. And it just wraps around exactly the same as the Dyson. And then you just hold it on. It does have the cool option, but I don't really use it down here for you to cool it. And then you just pop it off and put the other one on. So I've just finished doing my hair. I think it takes start to finish about 25-30 minutes to get it to dry and style. So this is how it comes out when it's freshly been done. Before I brush it, I always go in with this. Just really set my fringe so it holds. And then I'll just lightly spray it all over. And then I'll leave that for as long as I can. I mean, it's not gonna look its best right now because it's got the hairspray and that is literally like glue. But I'll leave it to cool down, set, leave that in for as long as possible. Then I'll go in with a soft brush just before I'm about to leave or go about my day or night, whatever it is, and then brush it out and it will go really smooth. If I remember, I will show you that. So yeah, that's the hair wrap Shark one. That's my thoughts on it. Let me know what you think. Do you think this is good? I do. It won't stay curly, but it will stay like this. It would last for a night. If I went out, like this would stay in for a night. And then tomorrow it would still be very flicky and wavy on the ends. It lasts quite a good amount of time, so I like it. I'm happy I bought it. I've got to get ready because I am going to a lunch meeting today, but it's a really nice one because it's in Chateau Marmont. It's a really good spot, so I'm gonna make myself look decent for that. I'm not gonna do my typical LA vibes. I'm gonna put a little bit of makeup on. I thought I would run you through a makeup look that I've been doing here, just creamy, glowy skin and lips. I have got my lip tint on at the moment. This one is the whimsical colour from Wonderskin, but I'll jump on when I'm ready to do my makeup, which will be about 2 seconds for you. I'm going to show you my little go-to makeup that I do here. I already done my skincare. I've showed you that lots of times. Nothing's really changed there. I still haven't brushed my hair. I've just left it as it is and clipped it back. So I've got my skincare on. I went in with a little bit of tan. Not U-tan. It's the effing face tan. I just put a really, really light amount of that on because I have plans this evening, so I just want to get a bit of a bronzy glow. This is Emborium Skin Hero Glow. This is the same as the eye product that I like, but for the face. So probably you could just get this and not the eye one. I would imagine this does the same thing. Although, I don't know, I feel like the eye one might be a little bit more glowy. Let's have a look, because I haven't really tried to only use that under my eyes. The reason I like the eye one is because it reflects the light. It doesn't cancel anything out, but it definitely helps with brightening under the eye area. I've noticed since I started using the eyelash serum, the Grande Lash, that I get really dark under my eyes, and I did Google it and it said that is one of the side effects, which is really annoying because I've never suffered with dark under eyes, and sometimes they look really dark to the point where I'll stop using it for a little while. They're not too bad today, but they're definitely darker than before, so I definitely think it's from that product. But I really like the lash growth, so it's really a bit of a catch-22. So I've gone in with that, and as you can see, it's really nice and glowy. You could just go out with this on if you was going to the gym or you was having a no makeup day but you just wanted to look fresh. I really recommend this. It's a really nice brand, Emborium. I've got a lot of their products. I love this. I'm still going to go in with the eye product. There's two from them that I really love. There's the Skin Hero Eye, and then they've got the CC Eye. I think these are such good ideas. I really love them, really easy to travel with. Seeing as I've already gone in with that, I'll just go straight in with the CC one and show you. Again, It's very bright and it acts like a CC, so it comes out white like that. And then once you blend it in, it adapts to your skin tone and it has like a slight tint in it, but really, really natural. A lot of the time I just put these products on and then a bit of lipstick and lip liner and I'm good to go. I feel confident that I look fresh and put together, and then just have my natural imperfections out. Who cares about it? I picked this up when I was in Spain. The Forever Skin Correct by Dior in 00. It's just pure white basically. It's a colour corrector, and obviously I do need that now that I'm experiencing darkness under the eye. So I just put 2 dots like that. Then I get my normal everyday concealer. This is the Urban Decay Naked Quickie. Why did I have to call it that? I don't really get the names of some of these things because it feels really weird saying that. I'm not a complete prude, but I just think it's unnecessary. This concealer, by the name, is 1010. It's a multi-use one, so it's really big. Sometimes I use this instead of foundation. I just put it in the areas that I need it. But since I got this, I haven't stopped using it, and I've had that quite a long time. I'm gonna grab my sponge. This sponge is so big, it's kind of flat like that. If you're going to Spain this summer, definitely pick one of these up. I got it in Mercadona. They've got a little beauty section. I actually quite enjoyed their beauty section. But the thing that I bought and used the most was this sponge, and I love it so much. It's so big and it's just really good, and you can kind of push it into what shape you need. But because of the size of it, the coverage is really good and it just blends everything out really quickly. I've got a nice bright under eye now. And then with whatever's left on the sponge, just kind of take it over the lid and like really blend it into my skin. And even with those light products, I think that it already looks quite nice. Obviously I'm looking fairly pale, so that's when this comes in. I love this. When I first got it, the first time I used it, I wasn't overly impressed with it, but I think I was expecting it to be more of a fuller coverage. It's a light coverage, but it does really do a good job of bronzing up the skin, but it leaves you really glowy. It's got like a nice glow to it. I've got the shade medium. It's a soft sculpt bronzing and shaping serum. Really like it. I've really got into it. Use it every day now, so I'm glad that I didn't dismiss it straight away. So I just take 2 pumps onto the brush and then I just distribute it over my face. Not doing it very perfectly. Run the rest along the jawline to get a little bit of a shadow going on there, and then I'll blend it down into my neck, just buff that in, and then I pat on the cheeks to keep as much of the coverage that I can, because obviously it's very light, and by like dragging it up back and forth, it's just going to remove it and sink into the brush. You can see now that it's adding a nice little glow and a bit of colour to my face. Just makes me feel a lot more healthier looking when I do this. Jump back to the sponge and then just pat it again so that the eyes and the face blend seamlessly into each other, pushing everything into the skin. And that is pretty much my base. I'm obsessed with at the moment. Forever Glow Maximizer. You can use blush with this as well. I've just been using this on its own. I really like it. It's by Dior. Really nice. They had quite a few different shades of this. I might pick up some more now. I know that I love it. Again, going with the sponge, or you can use a brush, whatever. And then I take it mostly on the high point of my cheeks. It's not like massively dramatic, it just gives you like a little pink hue on the cheeks, but I think it looks really natural and healthy. And then because it's got the glow in it as well, it keeps a nice glow to the skin. How many times am I going to say glow? So that's what that looks like. Now obviously you can go in with a more heavier coverage, and then you can set things down with powder. That's something that I haven't really been doing day to day. I kind of like the feeling of like a fresh base. For my lips, I've already got on Wonderskin Whimsical. This lip pencil, I've tried other ones, there's nothing better than this one. The colour, just how long it lasts. I love it so much. I don't know what I'm going to do when it runs out because I don't know how easy it is to find this brand here. But this is the 360 Contour Lip Liner in the shade Nutmeg by Wonderskin. I just overline where my Cupid's bow is. I feel like this finishing step just pulls everything together. And that's the lips done. And then for my eyebrows, I'm just going to give them a little brush because my eyebrows are really kind of like long. They're like long and silky, so they all end up going down like that. So I just brush them up like that. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of an eyebrow powder just to add a little bit more shape. I've got this one, it's an oldie. It's just what I had hanging around. It's not for an actual reason. I'm not like obsessed with it. Wouldn't rush out to buy it, but it's just a little duo powder by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Tiny little brush from My Kit Co. And then I just kind of fill in the little sparse areas, give it a little bit more depth there. And then the towel, I start kind of where the arch is and then just add a little bit of volume there and drag it out. And that is literally all I do. And I do them like this as well if I'm going on a night out. I don't really do my brows for like day to day. Like if I was just going to go and do some errands, I wouldn't be doing this. It's only because I've got a meeting and I want to look a little bit more put together. They do say the brows frame the face, so that's about it for the brows. Also, for those of you that wanted to see the makeup look that was in my last vlog, if you didn't know already, I did post that on my Instagram. There's a reel from start to finish of that makeup, the products I used, and what I've done to create it, that grungy kind of smoky eye. So that's all even and spread it out. My Kit Co brush, this is the only brush that I use for powders. I love it so much. The under eye. Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. It's in the lightest shade, number 1. And this little brush, this duo, very good. Love it. And then I'll just pat this under. It's so finely milled, this powder. And it has a really nice blurring effect. And I'm somewhat with my voice today. So I'm just patting it in underneath my eyes, and then it just removes any shine that you don't really want, because obviously it is a very glowy look. I don't do this step if I'm just going on my errands or walking around. I wouldn't bother doing this, but I do want to look mostly put together in a natural, flawless way. But Limitless Brown Makeup Forever, use this for absolutely years. They're multi-use pencils, so you can use it on your lips, your eyes. You could even use it as a contour, like if you wanted to add a little bit of contour to your nose. I've seen a lot of people that do this. You can kind of use it for that. Like they're really, really blendable as well. Just a really good all-round product. I'm gonna add a little bit of this just to smoke out the corner of my eye like that. Just adds a little bit of warmth around the eyes as well. So if you've got hazel or blue or even green eyes, this colour will make it pop because it's like a reddy brown. And then I'll take a little tiny brush like this, and I'm not even neat with it. I literally smudge it out and leave it like that, just buff it. It just adds a little something around the eyes. And then I'm going to go in with some mascara. Triple Fret Black Iconic London Mascara, one of my all-time favourite mascaras. I love the brush. Could do with getting my lashes tinted. Let me just stop. Oh God. This mascara's completely run out. There's hardly anything in it. But I think that's enough. I'm going to let that dry. I'm sure you know this trick. Just let it dry down and then flick it off with a spoolie. It'll come straight off. So that's that. I've got a little bit there as well, which I'll remove in a minute. And that's it really. Just really natural, glowy, pretty skin with nice bold lip, which will last throughout lunch. You won't need to reapply this. It stays put. Shape the brows, and then all that's really left to do is get dressed and brush my hair out. I might back comb it a little bit at the back for a little bit of volume. I got this brush in Superdrug, by the way. It's really good for back combing. I'll just add a little bit of volume in the back there, and then I'll just tease it with my fingers, and then get a bigger brush, and then I'll just brush my hair out so it looks nice and silky. That's it. That's me done. Ready to go to Chateau Marmont. I'm going to get dressed. Tonight we're meeting Vas and Friends at Matsuhisha, which is the original Nobu's chef's restaurant. Vas! It's Vas's last day.
Do you want some? It's so good.
I've ordered one of them.
Oh. What did you say?
I didn't record too much in here, but the food in here is stunning. If you like Nobu, of course you're going to love it here because it's exactly the same chef. Getting ready to go to the nail salon with Maddie because we need to get our nails done. I'm going to really miss getting my nails done in England because I do not like how they do nails here. I'm never happy with them. They're never exactly the same. It's really annoying, and really overpriced actually. It's so expensive getting anything done here. So we're going to go and get our nails done. There's one nail shop. The nails aren't great, but you can just walk in there, which I like. And also they do neck massages while you're getting your nails done. I love that because I think it really hurts my neck when I'm sitting there doing that. I am just about to take my vitamins and put a little bit of makeup on, but I just thought I'd update you as I promised. So the dating apps, it's not going well. I'm going to be honest with you. It's really not. I had high hopes. I really did. I knew this about LA, but coming back here, I was hoping that I just had some bad experiences, and they weren't bad experiences, but just not my thing. Say more strange than bad. I had my dating app on, and I had this coffee date that I mentioned before. Our schedules just didn't align. Got pushed back twice, and it was due to be tomorrow. So I'm in Beverly Hills. If you know LA, you'll know like roughly how far it takes to get to areas. It's really big here. And although I think people that haven't been here presume it's all close together, it isn't, it's far. The guy in question suggested going for coffee originally, which I already thought was a bit like, it's just not my ideal first date scenario. It's not the coffee. I like coffee. Who doesn't? It's the timing early. I prefer to go on a first date at night, mostly for vanity reasons because of the lighting. I was asked to meet at 11 AM, which I already didn't like. It's minimal effort on his part, but still the same amount of effort on my part because I've still got to do the same amount of getting ready, even if it's a day date, because I still want to look put together and make a first impression. 11 AM is not my best self. I'm not ready for like small talk at 11 AM. It takes me a good few hours to just wake up and be ready to face people. And then today, when I woke up, he'd texted me last night while I was asleep saying, are we still on for tomorrow? So I replied as normal, just said, hey, yeah, we're still on. He originally had said that because I'm in Beverly Hills, let's go somewhere local to you, which I appreciated because obviously don't know this guy, I don't drive here. Then today he switched it up on me. I said, yeah, where? And then he replied saying, can you meet me in Santa Monica? Because I'm in Malibu. I'm sorry, am I your mate and we're meeting for a beer? Like, what do you mean? I don't care if you live on the moon, hun. I'm not getting in a taxi all the way to Santa Monica. First of all, I don't like Santa Monica. Second of all, without traffic, it's 30 minutes away. With traffic, especially at that time, I'm presuming it will take me a lot longer. Last time I went there, it took us over an hour to get back. It's not around the corner thing, it's far. He backed it up with, because I'm coming from Malibu, as in I'm coming all that way. So I went on the maps and I checked the distance, and it's 30 minutes from here to Santa Monica and 30 minutes from Malibu to Santa Monica. So he's obviously worked out that that's halfway. But with all due respect, he's like 50 years old. So and it would take an extra 20 minutes on top of his journey to get to Beverly Hills and make a really good first impression. So I'm like, would you really say that? The guys that I've dealt with, they're not including Towie guys, because I hate it when the press write Chloe's ex. I don't consider any boys that I went out with on Towie as exes. They were people in the moment that I got attached to or had some kind of feelings to, but I wouldn't class them as exes. My exes, my real exes, nobody knows about them. They're all private. It feels like my friends in town and they're saying, oh, well, this is the halfway point, let's meet there. That's how it feels. I just think, like, what kind of impression are you trying to make here? I know I'm going to get some stick for this and people are going to dig me out, but that's my boundaries. So that's my boundaries. I'm really considering just cancelling it. So I did respond and explain that actually I don't drive, which I'm pretty sure I've already mentioned. Therefore I'd have to take a taxi, and I actually genuinely hate getting in Ubers. Like, I'm actually scared of Ubers. Even if it's a woman driver, I still in my brain think of worst case scenarios. I only take like small trips. I go to like West Hollywood and Hollywood. They're far enough for me. They're both like 10-15 minutes, could be longer in traffic, but I know, I recognise it, and we don't go on the freeway. I know like my route. I'll know if they're like going anywhere they shouldn't. But with Santa Monica, you've got to go on the freeway, and if you don't, you have to go all the way like to Bel Air way. Like, it's really far and I don't recognise it. It's not an area that I know very well. So I explained briefly that actually I don't feel comfortable getting in a taxi there and back alone, and I don't know that area or particularly like it. And then he hasn't replied. So I don't know if he's offended or what. I'm just gonna get on with what I'm doing. By the way, how cute. Got a mini of my whipped sunscreen. It is so cute. I'm gonna keep it in my bag, but I think I'm just gonna use a little bit now because my other one, I don't know where my big one is. Oh, I know, it's in my beach bag. Oh shit, it comes out so quick. Use a bit of this because the sun's not out yet, but the weather forecast says that it is coming out. So I just want to make sure that I'm protected. I've already done my skincare, but you guys have seen that so many times and nothing's really changed. I've got loads of new makeup coming, by the way. So I'm going to be sharing some new makeup bits and thoughts about that soon. Excited. So back to what I was saying. That's not a good start. And then just to add insult to injury, I already had one other date planned for last night. Weirdly, they've got the same name, so I've had to call them 1 and 2. Number 1, I'm thinking about cancelling it. Let me know, would you cancel it? Do you think that's rude? I'm in a foreign country, he knows that. Don't feel like that's good. Like, would you ask your daughter to do that? Would you be comfortable if a guy asked your daughter to do that? I don't know, I just don't like that. It's not a good impression. So I'm considering just actually squashing it. Anyway, and then I was meant to go on a date last night with another guy. He had asked to see me almost immediately, but I was like busy. So I said no. And then we agreed on a date, which would have been yesterday. This was about a week ago. But then when it got to the weekend, he messaged me fairly late on Saturday night and was like, what are you doing? And I was like, just got home. And he was like, well, I'm at such and such place, which I know of. And he was like, it's really good. Why don't I send you a car and you come join me? We've already agreed on a date. I don't know you. You can't just hit me up. I'm just going to jump in a car that you've sent and then just, no. There's no way I would have gone. I just got in from eating a huge barbecue. Even if I hadn't, I still wouldn't have gone. I said I can't do that, and he was like, okay, well, I'm looking forward to see you Tuesday. Now this guy was slightly different because he kept texting me and keeping in touch, and I quite liked that. It got to yesterday and we had a really weird gloomy day here, and it was raining. I don't know what it is with me, but if there's any rain, I just think, oh, I don't really want to go out, even though it's not cold, it's not England cold. I just didn't want to. I was thinking, oh, I feel like cancelling. Didn't. I had a meeting in the day, so I already kind of had my glam done. I washed my hair in the morning, so it was prepared. So I really just had to have a shower and then just refresh my face. So I kind of like hung around in that vibe. Whereas normally I would have come in, took my makeup off, put my pajamas on, got cozy, had food, got on with my life. But I kind of like was hanging around. It was about 2 hours before the date, and he texted me saying, I'm so sorry to do this, but I feel really run down. Can we reschedule? So I thought, that's really a lot on my nerves, I'm not gonna lie. Even though I was considering cancelling it, I still found it like rude. I said, wow, standing me up already, like made it into a joke. And he was like, oh, I was really looking forward to it. And then he texted before I had a chance to reply and said, screw it, let's just still go. But like, what would you do in that situation if somebody tried to cancel and then in the same moment then said, actually, I will come? To be honest with you, I'd have rather you didn't cancel it in the first place, because now I don't feel great about this. I replied and said, look, it's fine. If you don't feel great, we can do another day, because now like my energy is a bit like, I don't know about that. I feel like you need to start as you mean to go on. I've got to this point in my life where I've held out, and I'm just not going to settle for less. I'm just not going to do it. And it doesn't really matter what anyone's opinion is or thought of that. So if you have got a strong opinion, I don't really care, because it's my life and I'm only going to accept what I want to accept. So I said that, and then he was like, no, I'm fine. 2 minutes ago you just said you're run down, now you're fine. He was like, let's just go, we can have a martini by the fireplace. I don't drink, but I didn't want to like add more negativity to the conversation, but I'm just not drinking at the moment, and I'm definitely not drinking on the first date because I get drunk really quickly. Wait for it. I'm not going to believe the next text. I'm not joking, it's infuriated me so much. I don't even know how I didn't have smoke coming out my ears. He put, look sexy. What do you mean? What do you mean? You're telling me to look sexy for you. You've just tried to cancel, then reinstated it, and then you've got the audacity to tell me to look sexy. Well, I was honestly mind blown. Mind blown. Like, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? I was like, what the fuck? That was it. I just lost my shit. I was kind of considering letting the first little annoyance slide. I'd already said okay, kind of like thinking, well, I was gonna go, might as well just go and meet him, what have we got to lose? And then he come in with that. And then he tried to like kind of like soften it with like a bunch of other texts saying, I'm sure you look like that all the time, da 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 da. Well, you've seen my photos, hun. And actually, you're lucky that I'm actually coming to meet you, because you're bang average. How about that? I was absolutely livid. I just couldn't help myself. I know I shouldn't have done it, but I had to dig him out and block him. I just dug him out, and then I blocked him and didn't even wait for the response, because I thought whatever he comes back with is going to be sassy, because he was giving me sassy vibes anyway. What would you do in that scenario? Is that acceptable nowadays in dating? Like, I haven't been dating for ages. I've been so focused on like my house in England, and then coming back here, and then finding somewhere to live, and then I was renovating. I just wasn't being a social butterfly. Have I missed something? Have I actually missed something? Or is it that I've just never used dating apps, and this is the kind of shit that goes, I don't know. I've got cream on my hands, and now I can't open my smoothie. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on that. If you've got anything negative to say, don't bother, because I'm not going to change my mind, and I've already done it. Let's take my vitamins. I'm still on my brain health hype. I'm gonna have my walnuts in a minute. Right, before I go, I'm just gonna add this. I literally washed my hair yesterday morning. Can you see that all looks oily? Not even 24 hours, and it's already looking like that. Let me see if the top's fine. The top's fine, but it's still a little bit like oily there. I don't know what's going on. It's so weird. It seems like if I clip my hair up like that, it gets oily there. Maybe like heat builds up there, because heat comes out your head, don't it? I don't know whether it was on here or if it was on, I think it was on Instagram, but I shared this product, and then there was a couple of people that got offended about it. One of them was like, I'd rather just wash my hair. That's gross. And I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. I didn't think of that. Those of you that are interested, K18, I'm still loving this. I bought the mini. I know it's expensive. Spray it in. This has lasted me quite a few goes as well. So I don't think it's one of them products that you buy and it runs out super fast. But I've sprayed it in, it goes wet. And then you just brush it through and let it do its thing. So just leave it like that for a second. And then it basically, as it dries, it sucks up all the oils and in like a translucent way, because you can't see any white, but it just gets rid of the oils. Like, look, it's all fluffy again. You can kind of feel it, like if you put your hands in there, you can kind of feel like a powdery residue on your fingers, but look at the difference. Like, look now. Don't you think that's really good and like magical? Yes, I know I can wash my hair. I wasn't born yesterday, but who wants to keep washing their hair like that? That hasn't even lasted 24 hours, and this extension washing is no joke. It's different when I had no extensions in when I arrived. Yeah, I just wash it. I would never use that. But when I've got my extensions in, I'm not going to keep doing that. I haven't got time for that, and it's painful sitting and doing it all. And it's still got its like kink to it from doing my hair yesterday, so why would I bother? I thought I'd update you on that and answer that little sassy stupid comment that I got. I'm going to go and get my nails done now. I'm just obsessed with these purple trees. There's so many streets where they're just lined with them. They're so pretty, aren't they, mad?
Yeah.
I love it. I don't know what they're called though, so if anyone knows, let me know, because they are so pretty. It's a really nice warm day. Whoops, nearly went on my holiday then. It's a nice day. Oh, they're so nice. Look at this building. Let's cross that. Look at this. This is what I like doing, just walking around looking at property and trees, apparently. Squidgy grass. Look at that. Isn't that a nice building with them big trees? Guys, I'm going to end my vlog here. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week.